A very warm welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a twin flame, I'm a soul coach, as well as a twin who's in union. Now, if you do need creative content like this, guided support, please come and join us. We're live every Friday, as above on the screen. Click the bell and you'll get the update. Now, the Members Hub has a separate private room away from Karmic. If you need the help, come and join. What we cover here on this channel is synchronicities, animal totems, psychic development, ascension symptoms, how the astrology can affect your twin flame path, and more. So if this is the tribe for you and you want this content, come and join the tribe. It's a very supportive environment and we are all developing and growing, and we can have each other on this journey. Now, yes, I have a website. There's an information video on the website to help you book. We also have webinars and other energies of group sessions as well as private sessions. Now, without further ado, let's get into the creative content for this video and see what's coming up inside the energy. Love and light, guys. Grab a cuppa, sit back and relax and enjoy. Hi, we're here to do the fire sign masculine's karmic situation. Okay, so let's have a look. Now, I have all the cards and I'm perplexed by one of these cards. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Let's have a look. Now, number one, we did just move through the eclipse season, and yes, that will be a 6 to 12 month transitional phase. We are really moving up, and there are situational shifts changing relating to our direct foundation after the full moon in Capricorn. Now, I am seeing a bit of a trend coming through with all energies collectively, really, that there is a shift. There is something in relation to a value that these individuals are coming through with, and this is the karmic, okay? This is the domain that the karmic is looking at. Number one, it is to do with structure and foundation. I'm going to show you. And I have pulled a rune as well. So, something to do with a foundation. This could be a home, a legacy. It feels foundational. And to them, the logic is why this whole situational shift is such. Something hasn't changed. In their mind, their values haven't really shifted. They know what they want, and when they want it, you know, they want it. And this is the way it's coming through. So shape-shifting. They've made no ifs and buts about it. There is a viewpoint they are taking on currently, and I'll get into how I'm interpreting these. Number one, it's to do with a foundation. Number two, they're not changing or budging relating to a circumstance. They've had shape-shifting is where it's shadow. It's like you're trying to change for the environment. The way it's coming through here in reverse is they make no apologies. It is for a direct reason, and even relating to the outcome card, I do see the same thing. Now, when I was pulling the cards, it was so matter of fact. It was very to the point. There is a lot of anxiousness. There's a lot of throat chakra. Okay, all these just scattered everywhere. I do feel anger and aggression, but it's matter of fact. This is how I see a circumstance. This is what it's going to be. And it does relate to money. Okay, so that is, but it feels for something. As far as they're concerned, this has been the way they see it. This is what has to be, and it's relating to money. Interestingly enough, in the Abraham Hicks card, the one that came out was relating to sympathy. Now, in a higher octane, you know, even in European language, it's funny because there was a word that I learnt when I was in Europe, and it was sali, which means you poor thing. And it's also almost bad luck to say such, because it can come through condescendingly, so because every lesson has a blessing. So it's sort of like that. That's how it's coming through. It's sort of like, well, this will learn you. That's, you get my gist. Okay. My sympathy is of no value to anyone. It is relating to a person though, and they're being very matter of fact to the point, okay? Relating to not the masculine, but a circumstance, which we're going to pull a clarifier on it. For some, it could be a family related dynamic. It may be due to their finances. It might be a divorce or a separation. There appears to be a very blunt way in which this person is coming across. Okay. This has been, there can be some things going on with the Karmic's family and how they want and see their life going and how they feel something should be relating to a grandparent and after a grandparent. There may be an inheritance, but it's so straight to the point relating to money and career. What is this, please? They feel that the masculine should be doing something that they haven't. Okay? So in their mind, there is this projection directly towards masculine. Masculine needs to reach a benchmark or an agreement relating to this finances. Now, for some masculines, they may not be working. But it's like this money is needed for something. And it's almost like they're giving this person no excuses. Now, the ruin that they have is Virgo. Ruin. I'll read from the book. Astrologically, it connects into Virgo. Colour is gold. Funny enough, we're looking at money. Earth and air. Protection, sanctuary, prayer, friendship, trust. Mystical. The communication with the divine. Guardian spirit. Absorption of protection. Protective cosmic energies. Faith in the divine. Quadrant may be in need of protection, but confirms that such protection is assured. All the quadrant needs to do is confirm the link with Gaia. Ruin warns of great peril. If the ruin itself may be a warning, worn as a protection amulet. It should be sought from a living yew tree. I drew one on my wrist, but we're looking at the comments here. Okay, so this ruin relates to foundation. That of what we can do with our hands. Now, it may be that the masculine might not be working, and now the karmic is looking at it like you need to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to get into it and see how it's coming. I do feel this person is feeling a little bit like if they are separating, I'm going to pull one for separation because there's a few stories going on here. And again, I do read for the collective. Number one, I do feel if there is a separation at hand or their future they're looking at, they do feel anxious and they're looking at things extremely practically, a little bit coldly. So it's okay. If this was to happen, what would I get out of it? If this was to happen, am I going to be okay moving forward? I also feel as though if they are not working currently, that may have served a purpose. Again, it may have been due to a family-related dynamic, a sick relative or something to that degree. But the way it's coming through now is they want the attachment energy off them. They're looking at it like it's a burden. I do feel these circumstances were joint and reciprocal at a point, but where it is now is very different. I also feel the karmic energies either, it's like pack mentality. That's how it's coming through. It's a little bit like, this is my family, this is your family. These are your friends, this is my friendship group. And it's very separate. It's very, very separate. Very interesting. I do feel that they haven't been telling the full truth. And there's something relating to money about what it's going to be. And I do think this takes Divine Masculine by surprise. For some, it might have been a great deal of money coming. You know, and it was looking like the connection was super stable and wonderful. I feel they've been waiting for an opportunistic moment. But they weren't quite sure where that was. And they especially felt they may be on the fence relating to commitment at the moment. Because I am seeing the, you know, really wanting to slip out of this connection and go towards another one. Now, I don't think this was this way initially. I do feel they may be feeling that Divine Masculine's going to do this. But I feel it's them. I feel it's them that is dissatisfied. And it's almost like they're saying, okay, well, I'm not leaving here with nothing. You know, what can I take with me? What can I take with me? They're concerned that when they go, This sounds really horrible. They're concerned when they go they may not have the finances. There's something they're fearing that they're losing, but it's not romance. Oh, that sounds terrible. Yeah, it may be. They feel they put a lot of work into this. They may also be concerned about another person and a home and an environment and the luxuries that they get. This could be somebody they met through work. But they know the outcome is going to be separation. So they're trying to map out and plan what they can do, but they feel they're running out of time, and they feel regret because they feel they can't win. They feel no matter what they're going to lose something. If they're following their heart and their destiny, they're fearing it was merely a fling, and they're fearing rejection from that individual. But on this side of the fence, they're actually fearing they're going to lose financially. So it does feel there's an entwinement and there is regret. They feel they're going to be left out in the cold. But they are particularly juggling. There is this juggling going on here, and they're trying to work out a plan of action. Yeah, and to avoid misfortune. So it is to do with money. They're really thinking about this. They're also thinking about the health of the connection. They want to feel safe, but the safety is really coming from within, although they haven't had that revelation. Their revelation at the moment is codependency. I've been saying this all week. I don't know why it's been coming up, but it feels as though when we are giving our power away, if we are so fixated on requiring something out of it, it's not based on that. It's based on a necessity over an emotion. It's an emotional attachment. Okay. What is this based on, please? Yeah, not having faith. They're having to have faith, but the faith is coming from within. I do feel Jupiter and Pisces is really shifting both the masculine and the karmic energies around. But the challenging aspect of things is that some of us can be blindly optimistic. Others of us, it's almost like we hear a higher calling, but we don't quite know what to do to get ourselves on that path. And it's the small steps that we take to help us, really shift that. That can be the honesty, the acceptance of ourselves, of where we stand and what we want. But it can also be looking at the reality of if there's uncertainty in both paths, and the certainty must come from self. And the certainty we can have is just honouring what we're needing, honouring that, and making correct that of what we'd need to shift if we weren't okay. So there's caution with their finances. They could be putting money away. But I do feel, I kind of get this gist. It's like, if the masculine is working, and the karmic, however it's going, I feel that there's some sense of money that's being put away. Money for a rainy day, but the money for a rainy day is actually being slipped in a pocket. It looks like a pocket of a jacket. Because they're feeling this is what they need to do to free themselves. They may be unmotivated. It's almost like coming to a head to a point. They feel unmotivated even to wait and to save and to do those things. So they could be taking the easy road out with certain ways of being. I don't know why I get this is going to be quite unexpected. They're being really patient here. Their foundation is they're being patient. They're waiting patiently. They're trying to put this money away. They're trying to come to terms with a decision that they need to make. But there is this third party energy on their side, I feel, is almost causing a little bit of conflict for them to directly save. So it's putting them in this huge stressed environment. They're not really seeing the warning, the writing on the wall. But they also could be quite deceitful at this point. And this, I'd love to see when we do the twin flame ones. I wonder what's going to come through in our energy. Because it's almost deceptive. This can be that the individual is or the karmics, but I'm picking it's the karmics. And I do feel it's not that they're in general nasty people. It's that they're having to utilise the skills that they have within their means for survival instinct. So, They feel that they're needing to be deceptive so that they're going to be okay. And in their mind, they don't think they're doing anything wrong. They feel it's a matter of safety. It's a matter of survival. So it's very much survival instincts. Because they don't actually know what to do in this situation. At the moment, they feel that they're really sacrificing their happiness, but they're not understanding that, you know, the intent universe is projecting towards them is to help them understand the utter appreciation of survival and providing for self. They're not, you know, it's always darkest before the dawn. So whatever this is, this sacrifice, it is sacrificing their happiness. So ultimately, on the other side of this, yes, they're going to be happy. But if they're chained to the financial aspect of things, then this is why they've attracted it. And I do feel this set of divine masculines work really hard, right? It feels like they work really hard. Sometimes they can feel quite used. They will kind of shower you in abundance. And this is what they've directly attracted. I remember saying to a friend of mine years ago, you know, it's when we get these things that make us look lavish, like we fit in. It can be, I called it a man bag. It's like, you know, are you directly in love and have this emotional connection with this person, or does this just make you feel that you fit into society? And I kind of get the gist that this is how this came about. Now, I do feel there's disputes over cash. We're going to see how the masculines are looking at this. They're doing their thing. Now, what do I mean by this? They're none the wiser. They're none the wiser. I don't feel necessarily, how do I put it? When I say none the wiser, it feels as though they're looking at the karmic that they know that this karmic is stuck. Let me turn into it further. I feel that they're in awareness of this other individual, this third party energy. And that this can even be where they directly have separated, but these two individuals are still talking. They kind of know about this other, they know about this other individual. I do feel these masculines are working very hard. They're doing their thing. They're focusing on their purpose. But they're actually quite mad. They're mad that this person keeps coming in. They're really wanting this to tie up. They're wanting this to just be done with. I do feel this person may have issues with accommodation at the moment. Yeah. But they know this is going very quickly, and they're getting quite cross. I do feel these masculines are getting quite cross. One more, and then we'll get into the snippet. This is a very odd reading. Sorry. I feel... Stay tuned for the snippet. I did can't even speak. Stay tuned for the snippet. Now, this masculine, I do feel for these masculine groups, they have been in awareness of this. I do feel that this person has betrayed them, but I do feel the person that they're now involved with has also done such. So I don't know why this masculine's like, you know, God bless. They're amused by this. They also feel they've dodged a bullet in some shape, but they're also feeling as though this is getting messy. Let's get into the extension. Thanks guys for joining us. You can find the link for the join section directly below the video or on the main page with the join button. The schedule for my live sessions will come to you through the community tab, so remember to click the bell and you'll know whereabouts I am and when I'm coming to you live. We do have super chats capped at $11 because the twin flame room is $11. Otherwise, I will see you during the month for the psychic updates, the twin flame videos, and the astrology.